It is official as Parliament is dissolved and the nation's leader announces the date for the general elections. The Prime Minister rings the bell ahead of the big Election Day announcement. IRCA and telecommunications are evolving in the country.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Today is a big day in the country as the moment many Bahamians were waiting for came following the dissolution of Parliament this morning. Sabrina Brown has our top story.
In exercise of the powers conferred upon the Governor General by Article 66(2) of the Constitution and acting in accordance with the advice of the Prime Minister, I, Dame Marguerite Pindling, Governor General of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, do hereby proclaim that Parliament shall be and is hereby dissolved on the 11th day of April 2017.
Commissioner of Police Ellison Greenslade, acting as Provost Marshal, read the proclamation from the Governor General Dame Marguerite Pindling, dissolving the House of Assembly and issuing the writs of elections. Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie announcing the date of the 2017 general election moments later.
Every seat in the House of Assembly is now vacant. It is now left to you, the citizenry of our beloved nation, to decide who will fill those seats in the next House of Assembly. In doing so, you will also be deciding who will form the government of the Bahamas for the next 5 years. You will decide the way forward. You will do so in general elections that will take place throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas on Wednesday, the 10th of May, 2017.
Prime Minister Christie is calling for a fair and peaceful election process.
Let us contest the forthcoming elections with all the vigor at our command. Let us do so, however, with respect for the human dignity of our opponents and with respect for the traditions we all hold dear. We are one of the oldest democracies in the hemisphere. Our parliament traces its history back hundreds of years. Let us, by our conduct in the general election campaign, continue to prove ourselves worthy of the great democratic traditions of free, fair, and peaceful elections that have made our country the marvel of nations around the world.
Today brings to an end the 5-year term for elected members of Parliament, and preparations are expected to start immediately for the opening of a new House session, which is set to begin on May 24th. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
A major build-up to the dissolution of Parliament was held this past Friday during a mass rally held as the first political rally by the Progressive Liberal Party on Grand Bahama. The Deputy Prime Minister, along with the Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Obi Welshcombe, telling residents that when it comes to the future of the nation's second city, there is no turning back.
As a prelude to the dissolution of Parliament set for this Tuesday, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable Philip Brave Davis, symbolically rang the bell at the recent PLP mass rally, telling residents of Grand Bahama that if given another opportunity, the PLP party will bring forth the change needed for the nation's second city.
Changes are underway here in Grand Bahama as well, and you have been hearing about it tonight. Many of the economic challenges experienced by Grand Bahama are due to the status quo with respect to the relationship between the Port Authority and port licensees. We propose change, a new vision, a new development plan, and a new way of doing business here in Grand Bahama.
Then it was the Member of Parliament for West End and Bimini, the Honourable Obi Welshcombe, who further rallied the troops, saying it's time for Grand Bahama to move forward.
We want to move forward. And when I listen to the leader of the FNM, Hubert Minnis, I can't believe how he talks about poverty. You forget about shutting down the clinic in 8 Mile Rock when you decided that that clinic close at 4 in the afternoon. What about the poor people then? They always talk about the poor when they need to talk about the poor. But what have you done for the poor? Have you reached out to the poor? Have you shown care for the poor? Do you really care about the poor?
The former broadcaster reminded Grand Bahamians of the poor track record of the FNM.
Grand Bahama, we've come too far to turn back now. We don't need an opposition talking about all the negative things of yesterday and forgetting that for all these years they claimed to be the party for Grand Bahama. They said Freeport was FNM country. Well, look at Freeport tonight. All the citizens are now coming to the PLP.
The veteran politician, not mincing words, promised to take his constituency to the next level.
Look at what we're doing further down with the school in West Grand Bahama. That is the first high school being built since 1967 because of this government. In Holmes Rock, I asked the FNM, I said, I need running water in some of the areas. They told me, no, you can't have it because they're private home divisions. I said, why not? They said, you cannot. But we are now doing it. We are putting running water, potable waters in the area. Who's doing it? This government. We are making a difference. Our next rally, we're going to load up some more folks. We're going to bring more people in. And we're going to show the entire world that this Grand Bahama has gone PLP. And we're going to win because we're going to strengthen this island, make it greater, give the people of Grand Bahama all they want. And as I always tell you, that story told to me by a young man who's now much older, he said that when the monkey lost a piece of his tail, he looked at it and he said, it ain't long now. It ain't long now. PLP! PLP!
For ZNS Network News, I'm Joan Davis-Roll.
Stay with us, there's more news when we come back.